Hello there, everybody. It is me, No Name 174, back with the ruling of the waves of the third. As France, it is August of 1957. I believe, is this episode like 128? I think. Um, yeah, I'm recording this on the morning of Election Day, and I also have therapy today, and I also got to get a War Thunder live stream today. But right now, I have the time to do this. It's a little difficult for me to fit in the schedule, but I am fitting this recording into the schedule. It'll probably release tomorrow. So yeah. So between what is this filter? Interesting. Well, what about ships that could have better fire control? It's a lot of the destroyers. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, anyway, what I was saying was, I actually did do some of the air group stuff. I had, Chrome up on my other... Oh, really? Okay, cool. This does show up on my other monitor. You didn't see that. Or you didn't see anything there. Yeah, eventually I stopped writing down all the battles, but, I did actually use my, Google Sheet for all the ships. Or for, not all the ships, all the, carrier squadrons. And I was like, oh yeah, I need something to have up. So, yeah, if I go to air groups, I did resort all the carrier, or I did, rename all the carrier squadrons, as you can see. Um, and I've actually now done, rather than just random names, I've actually done something where it's like, oh yeah, there's an actual order here. I've actually reorganized it. But something else I did was I realized that some of the reserve squadrons in the unassigned pool actually had a number of aircraft in them, and some had a lot of aircraft. Some were like, oh yeah, I know this squadron's like half or two-thirds filled out with either heavy jets or jet attackers, and then there were a lot of them with like light jets on them. And I did create these new light jet squadrons, so I did decide to add in some extra light jet squadrons in here, basically just as like squadrons of planes that can rotate out. And some of those a lot of the heavy jets and jet attackers were for the CB Tonnerre, which is currently in rebuild for I think another 3 months. Yeah, right. Yeah, 3 months of rebuild. And I basically went and realized I don't, a lot of my main fleet carriers didn't have their heavy jet and jet attack squadrons filled out. So say, like Boys Baloo, Foudre, these were all very low. And when I was looking at it, I was going, well, wait a minute, there's these jet attack squadrons that are currently designated for Tonnerre that would, I could put them on a ship right now and get that ship up to speed, and then move its empty squadron or nearly empty squadron off. So I did do reorganization. Um, I believe that mostly, I mean, Sirocco was already filled out. Boys Baloo was already pretty ready. So I believe that was mostly readying up Foudre right here. Um, we gotten Foudre up to an acceptable status. Um, And then I was also going through and starting to replace some of the heavy jet squadrons on some of these earlier carriers. I mean, Joffre and Lafayette were going to do the light jet fighters, but Penleve and Rochambeau had like heavy jets on them. But right now the heavy jet squadrons just aren't filled out enough to do that. So for now they have light jet fighters as they can handle them, as well as Foch Aramanches, Jan, not Le Havre. Le Havre has her regular complement set up, although it's not quite filled out. But, for Jan, Aramanch, and Foch, Aramanches and Foch, I went ahead and decided to do that. Where it's like, okay, I'll take away a heavy jet fighter squadron, put a light jet fighter squadron in there instead, and try to get a carrier with something. Although I am going to pull these ships into the Mediterranean temporarily. Um, yeah, if I look at the CVs, yeah, Foch Aramanches are moving into the Mediterranean. Um, the Fudres are moving into northern Europe. Jafra, or the Joffres and Pinleves will stay in the Mediterranean, and Jan and Le Havre will stay in northern Europe. Um, so this will give me 7 carriers in northern Europe for the time being. Italy, we're probably going to expect them to go to war with us in about 4 months. That'll be a little worrying. Some of their carriers do actually have some decent capacity, although I do wonder if those are modernized or not. Um, yeah, Germany does have Germany has a lot of carriers, but they don't have. Oh, some of these do actually have big aircraft complements. Although, again, I wonder if those are actually jet capable or not. But it does look like there is one very worrying German classic carrier, and then the rest I don't have to be that concerned with. Although if those guys start using fighters or something, then maybe. Um, like all my carriers are modernized. My problem right now is getting the aircraft for them. Um, so I think right now, the Degoy. Okay, right now I will have to sort some stuff there. But one thing I want to do, aircraft types. I mean, okay, so prediction last turn only happens if you, or only shows if you load the, not if you load the game up, but if you actually progress a turn, which I obviously haven't done here. Oh, yeah, and one thing I wanted to show is, yeah, here's the actual like chart I made, and I did change some of the squadron numbers. Basically, uh, basically I went, okay, so I'm gonna use the block of squadrons 1 to 100 to signify this is a carrier trained, um, carrier trained, heavy, well, not heavier than that. Basically, a carrier trained or carrier trained fixed wing squadron based around like based around attacking stuff. So light jet fighters take up the first 3 blocks, heavy jet fighters take up the next 3, and jet attackers take up the next 4 blocks. Um, Then 101 to 200 are land-based fixed-wing attacker squadrons. So I do have 3 light jet fighter squadron, or 3 light jet fighter blocks, 2 heavy jet fighter blocks, as I think I'll use more light jet fighters on the land bases, and then patrol bomber slots and a couple patrol bomber slots, a medium bomber slot, and a couple jet attacker slots. Although it is possible, um, honestly, it is fairly possible that I'll switch the 140s to patrol bombers, switch the 120s to jet heavy, and leave it at that. And then the final blocks here, 201 to 300, apparently I mistyped that, are basically carrier train these are special squadrons. So carrier train special squadrons, land-based special squadrons, float plane scouts, and helicopters. Um, but yeah, the thing I was leading up to doing is so what's going to happen is that this war is going to be very, very heavily limited by the amount of heavy jet fighters and the amount of heavy jet fighters and the amount of jet attackers I can get out, which is kind of a problem. One thing I did was I unobsoleted the original model, the POTUS 347. Um, that is just to see if I could get or if I could get some production of those, so that I could have like 4 heavy jets being produced rather than 3. Um, so if I show obsolete aircraft, are there any jet attackers that are obsolete? Oh. Light jet there. I don't need more light jets. I don't need a float plane scout. That's a regular fighter. Light jet. Yeah, okay. So I don't really have other options there. But honestly, this problem might be severe enough that one thing I actually want to look for is I want to go in and purchase access or purchase license production to the U.S. VOT Bond B. Although, or I'm going to try to license American aircraft. Although what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see what effect this has on everything, and if this is something where it costs me too much prestige or too much unrest or whatever, and I'm probably gonna buy an attacker as well. If there are problems with it, if this is something where I try to do it and it doesn't really work out, I will just reload. I just want to see what this costs me. Unfortunately, our own designs do not have the capabilities we need in terms of production. Oh, that was perfectly fine. Alright, so we're adding an American heavy jet fighter to the thing. I am okay with spending a point on that. Jet attack. So that's our French one. Hello there, Curtis Barrier. You also get the Republic Seamew, which has more range. Yeah, let's get both. There we go. I have now spent 3 prestige points. Okay, let's see. What actually is there? So US Spot Bumby, yeah, there aren't other ones. Japan does have a couple heavy fighters. But yeah, I think that was fine. I think that was a fine amount of points to spend on getting an additional 3 aircraft put into service. You know, one's a heavy jet and 2 are jet attacks. Which hopefully should, you know, increase plane production and actually get me some capabilities that I'm probably going to very, very badly need in this conflict. So outside of that, I want to look at naval bases I need like patrol bombers at and medium bombers. Dunkirk, definitely. Dunkirk, Brest, La Rochelle are probably the 3 main ones right now. So active, La Rochelle is active. Cherbourg is active as well, which I believe is down south, and Nice. So Nice is like trying to patrol the Mediterranean for when Italy gets involved. But I'm going to grab the guys from Nice and I'm going to move those to Brest. So activate Brest, add an air unit of medium bombers. Can we do night capable medium bombers? We can. And then do a group of light jet fighters. So then I will have to rename those 2, or not rename, but add those 2 squadrons onto the board in terms of the hundreds or something. Let's just quickly change name. This will be, actually, hold on. Change name, copy this, change name. So first available one on the list would be Squadron 101. Then you change name. You would be a medium bomber, so you would be Squadron 15 or Flotilla 151. Which I can just quickly add that to the spreadsheet if you want to see me doing that. So I did it for the medium bomber. I just turned that to active, and then there we go. So those are both added. I will probably quickly do that to Dunkirk as well. So add an air unit. Actually, how about we add a special? We'll add a special unit to Dunkirk. We will add in naval patrol aircraft. How about night capable? Actually, can I Fit these guys to night capable, I can, but their experience will drop. Night capable medium bombers, and then add an air unit of light jet fighters. Okay, there we go. So that is at Dunkirk. I'm going to order airbase expansions of Dunkirk and Brest. So, I'm going to consider the special squadron at Dunkirk to be till 231. And actually, here's what I'm going to do. At Brest, I'm going to change the number. How about this? I changed the number of these guys 14, 10, and 10, and then add in a special air unit. Which that'll be Flotille 232. I really hope that the special squadrons actually work on the air bases. I think they would, but they might not. Dunkirk, naval patrol aircraft. Let me find that patrol bomber. That would be Squadron 152. Actually, let me make sure on the other two. So 231 is at Dunkirk, and then that one, the other one's at Brest. Okay, cool. Medium bomber wise, we'll activate 171. Wait, did I group the medium bombers at Brest? Yeah, no, 151 shouldn't actually. Hold on. 151 shouldn't be. That's the wrong squadron. That will be 172 then at Brest. So change number, change name. This should be the 172 or the 172nd. There we go. So then at Dunkirk, we now have the 171. And this is just a little bit of what I was going through offline, but I didn't fully know what I wanted to do. So, obviously I'm doing that now. Okay. And then Germany does control Douala. So I'm thinking I try to fly planes out of Point Noir or Point Noir. I should have an airbase there, right? Yeah, okay. Activate that. Honestly, I might grab the group from Cherbourg and move it down there. Let's just check. Where's Cherbourg? Cherbourg's up there. La Rochelle is down there. Okay, I'm not actually going to do that. Point Noir, add air unit. So, naval patrol aircraft. 10. Add air unit. Special 6. Add air unit. Medium bomber 8. Then add air unit. Light jet fighter 8. No. None of the night capable ones here. So, quick names, light jet, this will be the 103rd. So you are active at Noir. Medium bomber will be the 173rd. Patrol bomber will be the 151, which I had before as the medium bomber and had basically mislabeled. And then I can add in the 233rd as the special squadron. Okay, there we go. I believe for now, I'll make do with that. South Pacific could also become a problem, but I don't think that's going to be my main focus. Right now, the German fleet is largely concentrated in Northern Europe and the Baltic, where they will promptly be trapped. So Battleship Henri IV will move down into West Africa. Part of me wants to support her with a carrier. So I think I'm actually going to move Jafra down to West Africa. And then a couple of older destroyers. So what would be a good destroyer division to send down there? Mountain's part of the 9th, which has 4 ships in it. That pays in a Protect class. 7th is that. Although, in the Tuaregs I can send. That does have a specific role. What I'm probably going to do is set division role, screen. I'm probably just going to set or I'm not going to necessarily set a lead. It'll just be the destroyer divisions will now screen. Set division role, port, division role, port, set division role, port. And then, you know, if I'm doing that, then I can go like, oh hey, the 7th destroyer division, I could send it down to Africa, or the 8th. I don't know if I want to send the 7th there, or the 9th. I think I'll send the... And the FAs are kind of rebuilt. Yeah, I think I'll send the 7th. Move down to West Africa. These are slower cruisers. Decently well armed, but they are slower. I think I'm gonna also send them down to, I mean, these are modernized though, but I'm gonna send those 2 cruisers down to West Africa. The Cosmos will be active. Yeah, the Emile Bertins are active. These are kind of slowing down a lot right now, so I think I am gonna keep those in reserve. These are working up. I do need to get one more Sfax class cruiser completed. Carriers are moving around. I was considering sending the battleship France down to West Africa as well, but I think I'm going to hold her back. Devastation will move over to Northern Europe. And that will give me a nice core of 6 battleships there. The battleship Corbeil will move over to Northern Europe as well. Honestly, what I might do is I might activate this division and move them into the Mediterranean. So they'll be active for a turn, and then I'll move them in or back into the reserve fleet. So the Duquesne class is, let's see, the Algerie class should definitely move into Northern Europe. I think the Duquesne class should move into Northern Europe. But honestly, second CA division, I think I'm going to move these guys down to West Africa. Yeah, second CA, I think I'll move down to West Africa, which means I'll probably chuck another destroyer division down into West Africa. So that could be first, which is Mosquito or Protect class and Mosquito class destroyers. Or Skin class, which are unmodernized. Or somewhat unmodernized ships. Yeah, unmodernized. I think they did get an engine refit at some point, but they are unmodernized. Which means I think I actually do want to send the that class down. But I'll send first destroyer down into West Africa. All right, so that's everything going to West Africa. I do have more destroyers I probably need to chuck into Northern Europe. I think all these guys need to go into Northern Europe. So those guys are returning to service, also returning to service, but all of you should go to Northern Europe. Okay, so wait, hold on. That's third, 6th, 10th. Oh yeah, these were normally destroyer leads. Third DD division, I will move into Northern Europe. I have adequate trade protection in the Med. Those guys will move into Northern Europe. Actually, no. Cancel moves. Okay, move ship back to the Med. Wait, no, I can't. So, cancel ordered moves. Yes. Okay, now that should be good. So those will stay in the Mediterranean, because I will still have active ships in the Mediterranean, and I think I will still need destroyers there just in case. Money is now a problem, so I'm going to go down a little bit in terms of research budget. But I also think I am going to, real quickly, design a new destroyer class off of the Tempete. So here's the older Tempete class. I'm going to get rid of V. I'm going to get rid of the Y turret. You are going to still get the forward 4-inch gun. Electro-optical director. So, enhanced sonar system, SW mortar rockets. Actually, hold on. Let me do like a W center line mount. Position the mount. You know what? No, hold on. We'll still do an R. So no need for missiles. Is there any? Yeah, seriously overweight, which is not great. Okay, so you are going to get a single 4-inch gun. I'll put it there, and then I'll redo the turret loadout. How do I get more mass on this? That really doesn't matter. That doesn't matter right now. Um, we can do this. Slow her down. We do aluminum superstructure. Yeah. Can I do diesel? Yes, I can. Although I might grab a little bit more weight to do that with. Can I grab a helicopter? Yeah, that does increase. Yeah. Topside limit exceeded. Do that. Uh, okay, so these are going up. They're now 1,300-ton ships. Can I get a little bit more mass out of this? Hmm. Okay. I think this is manageable. Just a new name. So these will very much be anti-aircraft destroyers, where the depth charge racks remove. Um, and yeah, I'll just rework the shape a little bit. So let's get a helipad. And I do want to do a battle today. I will say. Helipad back there. Um, center Octa. And then let's add a helicopter. Just two. Yeah, two's a little smaller. Okay. So, structure 2, for 3. Okay, that works for structure 3. 4. Okay, I'll leave the rest of those there. Set a couple boats. 21-foot with divisions. Cool. I don't know why that glitched out briefly, but it did. Want to add like a rectangle square. Maybe an 8-foot. Let's see how big an 8-foot is. That's a little small, actually. How about a 10-foot? That's better. So I'll set that there. And then I want to do... Actually, here's what... I'm going to copy that, put it down here as well, and then we're going to do a couple radars. Or antenna. About parabolic B. And then... And a parabolic A. That down here. Okay, there we go. That will be our new class of Minesweep, or of a ASW Destroyer. And hopefully that'll help. So it costs a little bit of money, and we'll be able to lay those down. I don't know if we're really going to be able to complete many. I am probably going to resume construction on a couple of the halted corvettes, which are just kind of there to fill in shipyard capacity because of issues that they were having. So ASW should hopefully start going up over time as some more aircraft become active. And we're probably about 4 to 6 months away from a war with Italy, is what I am thinking. So I think right now everything is moving to the right place. Everything is currently in its right status of availability. And yeah, I think there's some DeVoe class cruisers in the Med, which I will move into Northern Europe. As well as the Emile Bertins, which I will move into Northern Europe, but I might have to move some of them back at some point. Honestly, I think at this point I move these guys all into the Med. And then reserve them next turn. So it'll cost a little bit more this turn. Anyway, let's run a turn and see if we get a battle. A convoy defense, battle large. I would like to do an invasion this war, but money-wise, it's gonna be tight. Money is gonna be very tight this war, I think. Okay, so, expected enemy forces in battle: 4 CV, 1 CVL. 5 CA, 3 CL, 22 destroyers. My main force... Defend the convoy and prevent the sinking of the merchant ships. So my main force is light cruisers and a US light cruiser and destroyers. Decline. Okay, this is a much more favorable location. It looks like I have the fleet. So we got Jan, Le Havre, Mistral, Commandant Tess, Boys Blue, and Sirocco. Which is a good mix of ships. Are going to be escorted by these cruisers, which are Emile Bertin classes of cruiser. Emile Bertins, and then DeVoe class anti-aircraft cruisers, which is fine. And then destroyers. So the problem with this battle is we don't have any of the big gunships involved. But it looks like the estimations for Germany are that they don't have them either. Fresh breeze clear. This looks like a good battle to accept. So I can rearrange my force. I cannot add an additional ship. Yeah. Sam-wise, I would have... Yeah, Samwise, I would have really liked to have gotten an extra... wait, hold on. Wait. Make flagship naval station press. I don't want to press that, but that would be funny. Let's see. Support 6, 9, and 8 with SAMs on them. I do have one cruiser division with SAMs. These have SAMs. It's a little not... We're not very SAM heavy in this. But this is winnable. Okay! First action of the war. We get a carrier battle. Attack enemy ships in general. Yes. So we need to knock out German carriers. God, it's been so long I need to maximize that. Alright. Inflict more damage on the enemy ships than you suffer yourself. So that division should be AI controlled. That division should be AI controlled. What's the flagship here? This division should be AI controlled. So yeah, I set the rolls up to to those, but I didn't really stack everything. So maybe I gotta maybe after this episode I'll have to just go in and do some actual management in terms of like, okay, when my fleet deploys, how do I want it? So this division is in support of this carrier division. So 6 carrier is the lead division. So that is Le Havre and Foch. So the 2 Foch class carriers are leading. They're being supported by Mistral and Commandant Test. And then Bois Belleau and Sirocco are off on their own. So I believe these 2 I would want to form up. I mean, here's the thought. If I put them on this as a support unit, I believe I can do that. And then that keeps all my carriers just a little bit closer together, which, you know, allows me more anti-aircraft support. So I guess it's time to see what modernized carriers can do. We've got I believe 3 of the Foudre class involved in this battle. Yeah, 3 Foudre class carriers. Mistral. And then 2 of the older Foch class carriers, which should actually have a slightly different layout because the Foches were kind of modernized to 2 different standards, as you can see. Okay, so handle cap and recon. So I want this division to be under AI control. Lead formation, yawn, support. And then you guys be under AI control. So handle cap and recon. We'll do that distance. We got a lot of subs around here, which certainly says something. So cap should probably be at heavy initially. And then yeah, I'll put cap on heavy. And then I want to start readying aircraft, and I'm already like trying to remember how to do order an airstrike. There we go. All right, so on Lon in Le Havre, it's not a lot of jet attackers. How long until nighttime? Not super long. So yeah, go missile on those. Yeah, Le Havre doesn't really have the sort of air units needed. I can probably do mixed carrier strikes. So I think Okay, how fast and what's the range? Can't really see the speed in here, can I? So, these guys don't really have that great of range. Yeah, I'll move the heavy fighters up and then leave the light fighters back for escort duty. But ready that as a strike. So, 9th Carrier Division. That's Mistral and Tess. I'm gonna do 8th Carrier first. The Boys Baloo and Sirocco. So Sirocco, Boys Baloo, and Mistral should have the most ready air formations right now. So jet attacks on Boys Baloo and Sirocco should ready up. Doesn't say the squadron name. Interesting. Probably want to do coordinate or check the coordinated strike box. So that's the jet attack setup. Sirocco, I will use a heavy jet fighter as escort on you. And I will send a heavy jet fighter from Boys Baloo as well. So, ready that strike across the 8th Carrier Division, 9th Carrier Division. Mistral, get this readied up. And then on Commandant Test, I do want to cap trap him, so I think I'll get that ready. And then leave the rest of those on cap. Okay. So, we suspect they're probably in this area here. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to request land-based cap over the division. I'm going to make for 24 knots heading north to Brest. If we're sailing, hold on, if we're sailing, the wind's going this way. So if we're sailing into the wind, we're going towards them and they're going away from us. So I actually want to angle this way, probably. Although we do have catapults, so it's really only for recovery. So I'll probably angle this way then. Oh, they changed the keybind. Let me look that up real quickly. Rule the waves 3 keybinds. I probably need to check the announcements actually. But at some point they change things. It's either 46 or 52 maybe. Okay, maybe this was, God, it's been a while since I've played the, battle in this game, so, I think, yeah. It might be even earlier. Press spacebar, both pause and run the game. Spacebar will pause and... Wait, what? Let's pause and run the game. I swear they changed a setting, and I don't remember where it is. Oh, they did change a setting. Um, didn't change a setting. Escape button. Okay, hold on. N key will now advance the turn in strategic mode. N key. So N? N? What the? Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. So there we go. So we have our scouts out. They're readying strike. Our planes have mechanical issues. Alright, I mean, we have the time to ready up the additional strike aircraft then. The ones which had mechanical issues. Just try again. Where are they? What are you guys doing? Okay, you know what? Fine, form as a core on Mistral. Do we have any reports yet? No, we don't. We've shot down an enemy patrol bomber somewhere. Report spotted. Alright. Priority target, CV. Launch at report. Everything ready? Yep. Launch strike. Okay, you know what? We have to split this one up into two. 8th carrier, launch strike. 9th carrier. Mistral, launch. Minute test, launch. I have to think that at this point they will have spotted me. I'm gonna go, or I'm gonna try to merge the two forces again. And right now we're going up to maximum cap. D-seat limits float plane ops. Yep. Strikes are launching. We have shot down an enemy light jet fighter shoots down one of our scouts, so they found one of our float planes over there. Okay, so now our cap really should be covering everything. I am going to slow down to 22 knots. We have one. Our strikes have arrived! Our strikes have arrived! Friendly aircraft are approaching enemy ships. We have found them. 4 jet attack from CV Mistral. Launch enemy missiles at enemy CA. Airborne ECM. Support reduces SAM effectiveness. CL fires 2 medium SAM at attacking aircraft. No hits. We are launching missiles at DD, CA, AMC. No aircraft hit. So their light jet fighters have shot down a couple of our attackers. Missiles are underway. Approaching enemy ships. But it looks like we didn't get any hits as far as I can tell. Medium SAM. We are losing aircraft to SAMs. Enemy ship unsighted, hit by a missile. Nicely done. Yes to all? Okay. 2 ships hit by missiles. Okay, so those are different ships. Let's check. So is this ship the same as any of those? There's a jump each time. How about this one? That's a jump. That's a jump. That's a jump. So as far as I can tell, every ship we've hit has probably been different. Okay, so that's a difference. 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 So we're hitting a lot of different ships. As far as I can tell. Same ship. These two are the same ship. So we've hit something twice with missiles. Our missile attack has completely worked! So we've hit something there. And we've hit something there. So that's a double. Is that the same as that one? No, it is not. Is this the same as one of these two? No, it's not. Okay. So multiple... Enemy ship hit by missile. We have done damage. We have 100% just done damage. Go up to 25 knots. Go closer to Brest. So we are reporting... If I look at the reports now, that's a lot of reports. That is a lot of reports. So we see 2 CV, 4CL, 3 CV, 4CL, 5 CV, 1 CBL, 5 CL. So we see a couple reports very similar to that. 3 CV, 1 CBL, 4 CV, 1 CBL, 5 CV, 1 CBL. So it looks like they probably have 6 carriers out. One's a CVL, the rest are probably fleet carriers. It looks like they are in a couple of groups. And we very much did get through, and I did see that they were using a lot of light jet fighters. Which is probably a pretty good sign. Oh, apparently we have, stragglers in our attack. And they hit! Nicely done. Okay. Strikes are returning now. I have no idea if I'll be able to get off another strike. We do have... Let's see. Are these night roll? Yes, they are. So you are no longer going to be escort. You're going to be naval strike. With, missiles. From Mistral. But I don't think any of these other ones have anything worth sending. Actually, it looked like they were more down here. So, last strike. Yeah. So, these guys are night trained. Looks like they were looking around. Oh, they found something to hit. Or something to shoot at, and they did score a missile hit, and are now heading back to the carriers. Okay, so, I think... Okay. Actually, how many missiles do we still have? A lot of our ASM missiles are gone, but we have dealt a pretty hefty blow. So they're over here. I could try to sneak around their search arcs, but I think I'm just gonna run into port. I think I'm calling the battle good at this point. We've won. We've won. Um, I'm not gonna keep pushing this advantage. Um, we've won. Hopefully their carriers are burning down. Yes to all. They're launching torpedoes. Oh my, pause. Run into port. Run into port, guys. Run into port. Damn it. Okay, you know what? Heavy cap. Please. Port. There we go. So, my carrier force is preserved. Current air force is preserved. We scored a lot of missile hits on enemy ships. Which, that was an enemy carrier group, and with enemy cruisers and destroyers, so those missile hits have probably done significant damage, especially given how heavy they were. That was probably a patrol craft around Brest. The recon aircraft are still taking off, still searching. I'm curious if they'll actually find anything or not. Okay, their recon is attacking our stuff, so 2 CV, 1 CVL running south. Which is less ships than before. Yeah, it looks like the amount of ships is reduced. That's, what, like 2 cruisers less? 4 carriers less than reported before? Actually, you know what? Pause. Brest, what is your search arcs? Yeah, distance 400, two-phase search. What are your search arcs? Yeah, two-phase search, I'm fine with distance 400, and your search arcs? Is that a coastal battery? Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna set the distance here a little higher. Although we don't have as many recon aircraft in these places as I probably need, but... You know, Brest is a pretty good place for this. So 1 CVL spotted there. Launched missile torpedoes. CVL ISAR missile torpedo target degraded by ECM. So we fired a missile torpedo at them. I don't think it hit, but So their CVL was still surviving somewhere out here. We have torpedoed an enemy destroyer, retiring the engagement. One aircrew was saved by search and rescue operations. We had one destroyer suffer light damage, nailed 2 enemy aircraft carriers and 3 enemy destroyers. Okay, yep. Let's see. Losses 18. We suffered 18 losses. They suffered 78 aircraft losses. So one medium bomber, which was an ops loss. One floatplane scout, which was shot down by an enemy aircraft. 4 patrol bombers, all shot down by enemy aircraft. One light jet fighter, an ops loss. 2 heavy jet fighters, ops loss. 9 attackers, which were 3 to anti-aircraft fire, I'm assuming missiles. 5 air-to-air losses, and 1 ops loss. And they lost 44 light jet fighters, 2 as ops and 42 on ships, 11 heavy jet fighters, 1 air-to-air, and 10 on the ship, and then 23 jet attackers all on a ship. Ship details. So we've sank Mackinson, Derflinger, Z157, Z154, and Jaguar, whilst also... Okay, somehow this destroyer took damage. Mogador class. Engine breakdown due to high-speed steaming. So one of our Mogadors had a engine issue. Mackinson, heavy missile, hull pass-through hit, fire started. Jet attacker, Leo 334 from Boys Blue. Heavy missile, engine room hit, belt pen from Commandant Test. So, heavy miss, yeah. Those are the heavy missile hits. Fire spreads 4, 5, reduced by damage control to 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, reduced by damage control again. 7, 8, 9, reduced by damage control 8. Fire spreads 9. Fire's raging out of control. So, Burnt Mackinson to the waterline. Derflinger takes a heavy missile 4 aft hull hit from Commandant Test. Limits flooding. Fire spreads to 9. Fire's raging out of control. Ship abandoned. So who got this one again? That was Boys Below and Commandant Test. Any idea which squadrons or no? Z157 took a torpedo to the engine room from SSC Narval, so our submarine sank Z157. CV Grohow, or not Grohow, Gorau took a heavy missile hit from from a attacker squadron from Sirocco, but got the fire under control. So that ship is probably operating light jet fighters. It does seem like there's fighters on something. I'll have to see what. Z154 took a heavy missile hit to the belt extended, had heavy flooding, and then eventually that progressive flooding sank her. DD Jaguar took a heavy missile hit from Commandant Test and sank. So it looks like Commandant Test was doing really well today. Hamburg takes a heavy missile hit from Sirocco and manages to get everything under control. What is she actually equipped with? 5-inch dual-purpose guns. Looks like mostly forward mounts with a couple of aft missile launchers. Yeah, Medium Sam shoots down a couple of our planes, so Hamburg did pretty well. And then Z155 took a heavy missile hit, which started a fire from Commandant Test, but ultimately got it under control. So, did Mistral not get, like, any missile hits there? Yeah, that was Le Havre on 154. Rue was Sirocco. So, survivors were rescued by Hamburg and Stendhal. None of these other ones took any missile hits, right? Nobody else took a missile hit. Correct. So CVL Isar, I kind of want to look at that. Missile torpedo targeting degraded by ECM, so they did have ECM up. Plotzkow. I wouldn't be surprised if the fighters on Isar. And then Sanderson was just evading air attack. So, yeah, they did have 5 CVs out and 1 CVL, and you know, good result. Good result to return to, despite my carriers being in a somewhat questionable spot. Air details. I do want to just quickly look through this. So we have enemy groups. So we can see those were at naval air stations. We have Reykjavik. Oh, actually, naval air stations. Let's see. So they're using patrol bombers, light jet. They do have mixed at the air station, so they are using the special squadrons to improve things. Reykjavik. So they got at Reykjavik, they got patrol bombers, light jet fighters, medium bombers, and more light jet fighters. And then we can see our squadrons here. So we got the ones on Yawn, which didn't do anything, as far as I can tell. First one, actually, hold on. Aircraft lost in air-to-air combat. Yeah, they lost a couple aircraft. Le Havre, looks like 44 got an air kill, and 69 got a missile hit. So that was probably the one which sank that destroyer. I can add that to the list, actually. So 69 jet attacker squadron, I can add kill detail to the list, right? That would be, said Z154. Yeah. Z154 was sunk by Flotille 69F on Le Havre. Or Le Havre, I don't know. We have some losses on Mistral. Mistral's aircraft really didn't do that much. Commanded test four missile hits for 64 F. So 64, I think, did all the work there. Then we can see a jet attack hit on 61F from Boys Below, and then 65 and 67 on Sirocco each get one missile hit, which I think were on different ships. So Boys Below, which ship got? Was that a pat? Or yeah, okay, that was a partial on Mackinson for that squadron. Which is 61. So in a shared. And then Commandant Test. Got that. Got Derflinger. Didn't get that. Did they get Jaguar? Yeah, so they got Jaguar. Oh wait, did Sirocco just damage ships? Yeah, the two from Sirocco just damaged ships, so yeah, Jaguar, Derflinger, and then a shared on Mackinson for one of those on whichever one got the kills on the commanded test. So 64 did very well. CV Mackinson shared. CV Derflinger, DD Jaguar. All right. Yeah, very good. I can take a quick look at everything else here. The enemy squadron. So Derflinger was operating purely light jet fighters. It looks like. Goro, looks like operating a mix, light jet fighters, jet attack, and heavy. Isar is operating light jet fighters. Mackinson is with a night squadron. I didn't think you could do that. Mackinson operating heavy jet and jet attack. Plotskow, mix of heavy jet, light jet, and jet attack. Sendersleben, I butchered that. Heavy jet and jet attack. Karlsruhe Kiel operating scout planes. And then all my cruisers operating scout planes as well. Where were the fighters? Oh, Naval Air Station Emden. Okay, so yeah, they're probably in a similar plane crunch to us. We did have more planes out, which is good in that battle. So yeah, good battle. New map. They were out over here. We've got the initial reports over there. I don't see where they sink. And leave scenario. French major victory. Gained 2 prestige. Yes. We have already gained the points back. Cote Logan is commissioned into the Navy. 6 ships have finished working up. Flight down Washington system. New type of ECM. Okay. We've lost a sub in Northern Europe. We have torpedoed patrol boat. Sunk a sub. Sunk another sub. Germany just lost some destroyers and a corvette. We gained more VP for a blockade. Germany said to increase the naval budget. Squadrons have re-equipped. Okay, the Tornad class, I'm going to lay 8 of them down, but I'm immediately going to halt all them. Halt construction on the Tornad class. Alright, so, assign a new commander. You have any good ones? Don't have any commanders available. Of average damage control. Yeah. If I go to messages, did anyone get promoted at all? U.S. submarine has been sunk by that. With Germany increase, or with Italy increase. So I think I'm gonna have to dial research back, but if you recall, I was pulling these ships into the Mediterranean. So intentionally being reduced in terms of status. And then I was moving all these guys into the Mediterranean as well. And that does save me the money. Those guys will be in the Med to work up. Aircraft types, how many got delivered of the various types last turn? So let's check this. So for our PL325, we got 14 produced. Awesome. 14 of that jet attacker. 14 Leo 334. 14 of the original Potez 347 version. 14 of the 354. 14 Farman F359. We got 20 new floatplane scouts built, and then another 14 of the newer Potez 347 B. And we are about to get the Vought Bomb B, the Curtis Barrier, and the Republic Seamew in service. So it seems like production numbers for jets per month are about 14. We look at the unassigned pool. How many of them are... Ooh, some of the heavy jets there are actually getting groups going. Mistral's a little short. Yeah, there might be some reorganization that I have to do between episodes here. Oh my god, Joffre's full. Joffre's ready for combat. But yeah, there's probably going to be some reorganization I'll do where I'll move squadrons onto some of the carriers and then off of some of the other carriers again. And, you know, just try to get more carriers actually worked up, actually ready for proper combat. And then hopefully we'll have enough jets for Tonnerre. And, you know, if we're getting those additional American jets produced as well, suddenly that is how many models of each? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heavy jet fighters at 14 a month. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 jet attackers, again, at 14 a month each. So 5 times 14 would be 70 heavy jets a month. And, what would that be? Would that be 56 light jets? Well, not light jets. 56 attackers a month? That seems reasonable. That seems reasonable. That seems like I can actually keep up the Air Force I want. I will probably have to deactivate stuff, but, you know, first step is to beat Germany. And sinking a couple more of their carriers is, you know, very good thing to do. So anyway, with that, I will see you all next time. Links to my Discord and my Twitch are down below. You can go to my Twitch to watch any live streams I do. Planet Coaster. Well, I've been doing a lot of War Thunder there, and Planet Coaster 2 is about to come out, and then Sea Power is going to come out later in the month. So those will probably. I will say this: Planet Coaster will probably be a live stream game. I don't know about Sea Power if that'll be live streamed or not. There is also a link to the Community of Rule the Waves Discord server, officially recognized but not actually official, if you want to join that. And yeah, thank you very much, Matrix, Slytherin, and the Rule the Waves devs for the free copy of this game, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.